Hello, everybody. If you're looking to become a Python master, you've come to the right place. In this video, we'll teach you everything you need to know about Python from beginner to advanced levels. So, get ready to dive in and learn. We will be covering a lot of ground in this video, so it's best if you watch this video in an environment where you can follow along with the code snippets that will be shared. But before we start, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button if you want to see more videos like this. Also, please consider supporting us through donations so that we can continue to make high-quality educational videos. Now, let's get started. Let's start by learning what Python is and why it's such a popular programming language. Python is a high-level, interpreted, interactive, and object-oriented programming language. It was created by Guido van Rossum and first released in 1991. Python is used in various applications including web development, data analysis, machine learning, and more. It's known for its clear syntax and readability, making it an excellent choice for both beginners and experienced programmers. One of the great things about Python is its extensive standard library and the availability of packages and frameworks for various use cases. This makes it a versatile language that can be used to build a wide range of applications. Now that we understand what Python is, let's explore some of its key features. First, Python is a high-level language, which means that it's more abstract and easier to work with than low-level languages such as C or assembly. It provides programmers with a level of abstraction that simplifies the development process. Python is also an interpreted language, meaning that it doesn't require compilation to run. This allows for faster development times as code can be modified and executed immediately. Additionally, Python is an interactive language, which means that it can execute statements entered by the user one at a time. This makes it easy to test out code snippets and experiment with new ideas. Python is also an object-oriented language, which means that it supports the concepts of objects and classes. This allows for the creation of reusable and modular code, making it easier to manage and maintain large code bases. Another important feature of Python is its dynamic typing system, which means that variables don't need to be explicitly typed. The interpreter will automatically determine the type of a variable based on its value. This makes it easier to write code, but it also makes it more important for developers to understand the dynamic typing system and how it works. Now that we've covered some of the key features of Python, let's look at why it's such a popular programming language. One of the main reasons for Python's popularity is its readability. Its clear syntax and concise code make it easy for developers to write and understand code. This readability also makes it easier for new programmers to learn and use the language. Another reason for Python's popularity is its versatility. As we mentioned earlier, it can be used for a wide range of applications, including web development, data analysis, and machine learning. This makes it a valuable tool for developers who need to work on a variety of projects. Additionally, Python has a large and active community of users and developers who contribute to its growth and development. This community provides support, resources, and new ideas that help to keep the language fresh and relevant. Finally, Python is free and open source, which means that it's available to anyone without cost. This makes it accessible to a wide range of users, including hobbyists, students, and professional developers. Now that we understand why Python is so popular, let's explore how to install it on your local machine. To install Python, visit the official website and download the latest version. Once the download is complete, run the installer and follow the instructions. You can choose to install Python in a specific location or leave it in the default location. During installation, you'll also need to check the box that says Add Python to Path. This will allow you to run Python from any directory on your system. After the installation is complete, you can verify that Python is installed correctly by opening a command prompt and running the command Python version. This should print out the version of Python that you just installed. Once you've installed Python, it's time to learn how to code in it. Let's start by creating a Python file. You can do this by opening a text editor and creating a new file. Be sure to save the file with a .py extension. Now let's write our first Python program. We'll start by opening our Python file in a text editor. Let's add the following code to the file: print hello world. This code will print out the phrase hello world to the console. To run this code, open a command prompt and navigate to the directory where you saved your Python file. Then run the command python your file, not name, .ah. If you see hello world printed to the console, then you know that your code ran successfully. Congratulations on writing your first Python program. Now that you know the basics, let's dive deeper into Python and explore some of its advanced features. One of the most important concepts in Python is understanding how to work with data types and variables. A data type is a classification that determines the kind of value a variable can hold. In Python, there are several built-in data types such as integers, floats, strings, and booleans. An integer is a whole number such as 5 or 2. A float is a number with a decimal point such as 3.14 or 0.5. A string is a sequence of characters such as hello world. And a boolean is a true or false value. Variables are used to store values, and they can be assigned to using the equal sign, =, operator. For example, we can create an integer variable called age and assign it the value 30. Another important concept in Python is understanding control flow. Control flow refers to the order in which statements are executed in a program. Python offers several control flow statements, such as if-else statements, for loops, and while loops. Let's take a closer look at each of these. An if-else statement is used to execute a block of code if a certain condition is true. If the condition is not true, then an optional else clause is executed. Here's an example of an if-else statement in Python. Age, use int, input, what is your age? If age, 18, print, you are an adult. Else, print, you are not an adult. In this example, we first ask the user for their age and store it in the age variable. We then use an if-else statement to check if the age is greater than or equal to 18. If it is, then we print, you are an adult. Otherwise, we print, you are not an adult. A for loop is used to iterate over a sequence of elements such as a list or a string. For example, we can use a for loop to print each letter in the string Python. Another important aspect of Python is understanding how to work with functions. Functions are blocks of code that perform a specific task, and they can be reused throughout your program. To define a function, use the def keyword followed by the function name and parentheses. Inside the parentheses, you can specify parameters that the function will take. The function code is then indented and ends when the next non-indented line is encountered. Here's an example of a function in Python. Def greet name, print hello, boostname plus greet world. In this example, we define a function called greet that takes a single parameter called name. Inside the function, we print a greeting message that includes the value of the name parameter. We then call the greet function with the argument world, which will print hello world. Now that you understand functions, let's explore how to work with modules and packages. Modules are files containing Python code that can be imported and used in other Python programs. Packages are directories containing multiple modules. To install a module, use the pip install command. For example, to install the requests module, run the command pip install requests. Once the module is installed, you can import it into your program using the import keyword. Here's an example of importing a module in Python. Import requests URL ctu https www.example.com response et requests.get URL print response.text. In this example, we use the requests module to fetch the HTML content of a website. We start by importing the requests module. Then we define a variable URL and assign it the URL of the website we want to fetch. We then use the get method of the response object to send a GET request to the specified URL. The response from the server is stored in the response variable. Finally, we print the HTML content of the response using the text attribute. Another important concept in Python is understanding how to handle errors and exceptions. Errors are problems that occur during program execution, and exceptions are the mechanism used to handle errors. To raise an exception, use the raise keyword. To catch an exception, use a try except block. Here's an example of exception handling in Python. Try x sure int e input. Enter a number. I sure 10 x except 0 division. Error print error division by 0 is not allowed. In this example, we use a try except block to handle a 0 division error that occurs when the user enters 0 as the input number. If the user enters a valid number, then the code inside the try block will execute. If the user enters 0, then a 0 division error will be raised, which will be caught by the except block, and an error message will be printed. Finally, let's discuss how to read and write data to files. Now that you've learned the basics of Python, let's explore some advanced topics such as object-oriented programming, generics, and metaclasses. Object-oriented programming, OOP, is a programming paradigm that uses objects and classes to organize code. Objects are instances of classes, and classes are used to create objects. OOP principles such as encapsulation, inheritance, and polymorphism can help you write more organized and reusable code. Generics are a way to write functions or classes that can work with different data types. They are defined using angle brackets and a special type variable. Metaclasses are used to create new classes, and they have many of the same properties and methods as regular classes. Now that you've learned about advanced topics in Python, let's explore some of the popular frameworks and libraries available for Python. One popular framework is Django, which is a high-level framework for building web applications. Another popular framework is Flask, which is a micro-framework that provides a more lightweight approach to web development. NumPy is a library for working with arrays and matrices, and it's widely used in scientific computing and data analysis. Matplotlib is a library for creating static, interactive, and animated visualizations. Pandas is a library for working with data in a variety of formats, and it's widely used in data analysis and manipulation. In addition to these libraries and frameworks, Python also has a rich ecosystem of packages and modules for a wide range of use cases. If you're interested in learning more about Python, we recommend checking out the official documentation, which is a comprehensive resource for learning about the language and its various features. There are also many online courses and tutorials available for Python, both for beginners and advanced programmers. Now that you've learned about Python, it's time to put your knowledge to the test. Try building a simple web application using Flask or analyzing a dataset using Pandas and Matplotlib. You can also check out the code repositories of open-source projects on GitHub to find inspiration and learn from others. As you continue to learn and grow as a Python programmer, it's important to stay up to date with the latest trends and developments in the language. Attend meetups and conferences. Network with other Python developers and explore the latest frameworks and libraries. Thank you for watching this comprehensive introduction to Python. We hope that you've learned a lot and are excited to start coding in Python. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more videos like this. And if you want to support us, you can donate through the provided link. Good luck on your Python journey and happy coding!